be here for 40 so I can not.
Yeah, no subs. I'll take it.
I mean, will that be something you have to think about? Because sometimes when you get going and you sit down, it gets tight.
Yeah, and that's like what our medical staff keep an eye on too. They do a really good job of providing me if I need like manual stretching and stuff. They'll be there to help me out. It's like we're just going to see what works really. So we'll just go with what feels good.
Is it more of it's lower back, or is it more of it's purely lower back? It's not like a hip or anything.
So, Alanna, does that mean that if you like get a couple of fouls
I'm not sure she will, but I could try. I could try. Yeah.
Apologies if you answer this. Is it something that you re-aggravated from?
No, I don't think so. I think this one's good.
Okay, so just going back to the other game and just having to deal with that and deal with foul trouble to be on the bench, how were you just handling that, navigating that? What's going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of confidence in our bench on the floor, so it's not a problem for me. And, basketball is a game of runs and individual plays and stuff, so you just have to be ready for whatever comes at you. I feel like throughout my career, I've had the experiences to where you just have to be ready at any point in time. If you're sitting on the bench for 15 minutes, if you're playing 40 minutes, you just have to be ready for your moment.
What's your mindset? How are you just trying to stay mentally, right there, given everything going into tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really big moment. It's a big game. Like I've mentioned this a few times. We're in the WNBA finals, and every other team wants to be where we're at right now. So it's just about having perspective, and like I said, I got to leave some stuff for future me to worry about. Right now, I've got other stuff that I need to focus on. I did. My dad was here, and my boyfriend, but they both left yesterday.
And he played pro ball.
My dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did in Australia.
Thank you.
They were here for game 3. They were. My dad was here for game 1 and 2, and then my boyfriend was here for game 2.
He went in.
Oh no! What if you force a game 5? Have you requested that they come back to me?
Well, yeah, I would love that. It would be a rough trip going 30 hours home and then coming another 30 hours back, but if possible, I would love that.
I think you could tell them you're worth it.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll pass on
Just a quick follow. When you're talking about kind of staying warm in between and kind of check out, is that like exercise bike, or is that like not really for your back?
Yeah.
It's more of.
No, I think that one's more just like actual physical heat. Like we've got hot packs and stuff.
Okay.
And, like the vents that they vibrate as well. So we've got some stuff to help.
Those kind of things.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate it.
Is it just a scheduling issue for your dad?
Yeah, because like you can't really plan for this kind of stuff with the leading up series and everything, and the last series being tight, and we wanted to make sure that we were in the finals before coming out. And so when we meet them again, they were on the first night out. Had to tell work we're leaving for the week, and then tried to get here as quick as possible. But yeah, it's hard to plan in like postseason stuff. Anything can happen. So.
Glad they made it to a few.
Yeah, they got to see some really good games.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hi, Lan. Got a quick one for you. Throughout the series, you guys have gotten closer and closer to the Liberty on the boards. I think last game was just +1 difference. How have you guys been able to sort of like adjust and meet New York's physicality and their size?
Yeah. I think like rebounding. There's a lot that goes into rebounding. I think there's a skill to it, and you definitely have an advantage when you have the height and the strength added as well. But there's a big component of rebounding that's effort. And so I think when you really, really focus on it and make it like a big emphasis of the game, you can kind of close that gap. I think that was one thing that we emphasized, and we've done a really good job, like you said, closing that gap.
Thank you.
In both those situations, like, because you have to turn the page regardless of what you do.
For sure. I mean, I think that's exactly what it is. You ain't got no choice. I can't sit down and just cry about it. We got a series to play. We got a game tonight. Thank God it's back-to-back, so we ain't have to sit in it for too long. But it's all good. We ready now.
Thanks so much.
For sure.
Is the whole series fun? Just the
What? Man, all this fun. We play basketball for I would be doing this for no money. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, how can this not be fun? And look how competitive it is. Like, I love to compete, so all this fun for me. I don't like losing though.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's still fun.
Oh, go ahead. No, I don't know.
I'm just saying, as a team, you guys seem to have that kind of temperament as the entire group, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't get too low, you can't get too high. It's a series, so you got to. We knew New York wasn't gonna just lay down, but we ain't gonna lay down either. So we got to be prepared, and we are prepared and ready for this game tonight. For sure.
Did you get that boost from the home crowd, just being back in front of your fans?
Yeah, man. They had it popping in here, so we already know they gonna come and have it crazy in here tonight. So I'm excited for that.
Hi, Court. Speaking of the crowd, it was a record attendance in Target Center, and I saw that this series has the highest average per game attendance in finals history. Just as a player who's going through and sort of experiencing crowds in both cities, just what's that? How does that sort of like make the game even more fun for you as a player?
Oh man, it's so much fun, and I love chatting to the crowd. They be talking trash, they be hyping us up. So, and this is good for women's basketball, man. I think it just shows like we here, and people are showing up and they showing out. So I'm excited about it.
Do you prefer to be playing on the road or at home with some of these crowds?
Home.
You like to chirp with the crowd a bit too.
Yeah, for sure. But I always want to be in front of our fans for sure.
What do you think you guys need to do offensively to try and put more points up on the board, especially against the tough
Yeah, I mean,
defense?
I think just stay connected. I think it was sometimes where we were second guessing, should we come, should we not come? Should I go, should I not go? So I think just whatever we do, just do it aggressive. Like, and then everybody else will follow suit behind you.
Fee was saying yesterday she thought you guys played pretty well, all things considered. Maybe one of your best games, especially defensively.
For
Game
sure.
3. Did you guys still get that level of confidence? That you did a lot
I
of
think
good
we
things?
did what we were supposed to do. But again, great players make great plays. They made great plays down the stretch, and we didn't. So we got to just do what we got to do. But I think overall, we got a lot of great momentum that we can bring into this game tonight. For sure. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Court.
Really into college, some people are really into pros, and you have some that are curious. Right, the curious ones have always sort of, stayed where they are. It's a little more lucrative, like you said, a little more job security. But now with more teams, as we grow as a league, as the resources grow, the head counts grow, I absolutely think you're going to see that. And to be really frank, I don't know that college is all that enjoyable anymore.
It's really tough.
So,
A lot of coaches would agree with you.
So if we can get the money close, the quality of life is much greater on this side of things. Transfer portal, the conference businesses, all that stuff. NIL, I mean, are you kidding me? The stuff that they deal with, you couldn't pay me enough to go back to. I'm serious. Oliver might want me to consider something that has like a lot of zeros, but the quality of life is. I've always found it great in the WNBA. Always.
Do you have college coaches reach out to you over the years? I'm sure you do, just to ask what it is and what the big transition is, and that are thinking about doing that.
Sure.
And are there more of them now? Really?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Oh yeah. As we make our way around the country, as we serve as the scouts in the off season, and we spend time with coaches, those conversations will be had for sure.
I was going to say, you've been through so many huge games. How do you, when you wake up in the morning, like, is it different, or are you able to just say, hey, I need to like just go into my game day mode? Or how do you do
I was actually just sharing that with somebody, how what it looks like, the day, like what yesterday looks like. And then how you have to, when you wake up, it's like your body knows, like, this is what I'm getting ready for, this is who I gotta be, this is what we gotta get done. And then as it gets closer and closer to the game, it's like my body takes over. And just, it does, it's weird.
Kayla was saying that she wished she could play every game at like 1 o'clock. She hates waiting all day to play.
Well,
do you feel
it's
that?
like coaching. Because we can't do anything about the game. And we wait. Yes, I would be down for that. Just play at 1 o'clock, let's go.
To your point about, the job security maybe is better in college, it's still nothing compared to like what it is on the men's side when you think about like the men's buyouts. Do you think that's like the next step in women's basketball, coaching the pros and college, is to have like more financial security if you do get fired?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's happening. in our league contracts. So when the W first started, the contracts were big for the coaches. Not that they were long, but they were big. And that
mostly all
changed.
guys, weren't they? The coaches,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you said it.
I know the data shows it.
Yeah, and then they pulled back. Right, and we went down to the don't lose a dollar.
Right.
So we weren't paying, and you certainly weren't going to be in a long-term contract because they didn't want to pay 2 coaches. So if you signed for 4 years, wasn't going well after 2, they weren't going to pay now the next coach. I said this when I was in Detroit, when the Detroit franchise was going to cease operations, and they talked about losses. And I counted up the number of coaches that they were paying that exceeded our losses, that they were paying not to coach. Paying not to coach. So on the NBA side or pro sports, men's pro sports, they'll fire somebody in the first year and they'll eat millions upon millions upon millions. Obviously, our league has not been that. I think we're going to be maybe doing some of that, maybe a little bit more than what we have in the past. But the contracts are getting longer. Maybe not for an entry level position, but for sure. There's 3 or 4 coaches that if a job opens and they're sought after, longer term contracts, more money is absolutely where we're at.
Could that change? Is players make more money? I mean, in the NBA, one of the reasons they do that is the players make so much more money than the coaches.
Yeah.
It's easier to fire them, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. Oh yeah. We're not there yet. We're still in the place where the coaches are making more money.
Right.
Yeah.
Coach, you've played against so many different great teams, both as an assistant and as a head coach in the finals. How do the Liberty compare to some of those great teams, even going back to Sacramento when you played them, in Detroit, or the Stars, the great
I
Sparks
think about all the
teams?
ones that I've been in, the Sparks, Minnesota series. Look at the number of Hall of Famers, and on both sides. I mean, how good. So the depth of talent for those I don't think that the starting 5s in this series are what the starting 5s were in some of those others. Not in every WNBA finals that I've been in, but like the Charlotte Sting LA Sparks is my first one that I was in. LA had it, right? Charlotte didn't. That's why it was a sweep. But where is New York? I think that on both sides, both ends of the court, they're awfully good. So I think stylistically, and their collection of players is impressive. Stewie and obviously at the point of that, but their big 3 really good. Stewie, Sav, JJ. They're doing it with more role players next to them, right? We didn't have role players in the LA and the Minnesota series, so great team for sure. I had to really kind of digest all the WNBA finals, but that's what comes to mind.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.